The grand ballroom buzzed with the usual rhythm of high finance and diplomacy, an atmosphere thick with anticipation, deals in the making, and the subtle dance of power. The air was filled with the low hum of conversation, the clinking of glasses, and the rustle of tailored suits. It was a scene that played out at every major summit, predictable and meticulously orchestrated, until it wasn't. Suddenly, a ripple of surprise swept the room. Heads turned in unison toward the grand entrance, eyes widening as the unexpected unfolded before them. He wasn't on the guest list, nor was there any hint of his arrival in the official program. But there he was, Elon Musk, the very embodiment of disruption, stepping into the heart of tradition. He strode in, not with a politician's practiced poise, but with the restless urgency of an engineer on a mission. His steps were purposeful, his gaze scanning the room, as if already calculating his next move. The room, filled with global power brokers and industry titans, fell into a stunned silence. Conversations halted mid-sentence, and the usual confidence of the crowd gave way to uncertainty. Musk's presence instantly disrupted the carefully planned agenda. The day's schedule, months in the making, suddenly seemed irrelevant. Security scrambled, forming a protective bubble around him as he continued to scan the crowd, analyzing, observing, never seeking attention but commanding it all the same. The energy in the room shifted dramatically. Phones shot up, flashes flickered, and whispers turned into urgent, hushed conversations. Social media feeds began to buzz as attendees tried to capture the moment. Organizers, caught completely off guard, scrambled to adapt. Earpieces crackled with frantic instructions as staff tried to regain control of the unfolding spectacle. Musk was a wild card, a plot twist no one saw coming. In an instant, the event had become headline news, the kind that would ripple across the globe. He moved through the crowd, shaking hands, exchanging brief words, a living headline now in their midst, his presence electrifying the air. The world of oil and sovereign wealth was suddenly face to face with the force of disruptive technology. Old money and new ideas collided in real time, sparking conversations that would have seemed impossible just moments before. The summit's focus had shifted entirely. Musk was now the main event. Every eye in the room was fixed on him, every conversation now centered around what his arrival might mean. He navigated the sea of suits and thobes, a ghost from the future suddenly present among the architects of the present. His very presence seemed to blur the lines between what was and what could be. The old guard and the new met in the center of the ballroom, exchanging glances and handshakes, each side measuring the other, aware that history was being made in that very moment. No one knew what would happen next. The air was thick with anticipation, the sense that the future had just walked through the door and nothing would ever be quite the same again. The atmosphere changed in an instant, as if a silent alarm had gone off beneath the polished marble floors. It was like the air before a storm, charged, expectant, and impossible to ignore. What was once a predictable summit, with its carefully planned speeches and polite applause, suddenly became a moment of history unfolding in real time. Seasoned CEOs and ministers, people who were used to commanding the room and setting the agenda, found themselves reduced to mere spectators, their attention pulled toward the unexpected. The printed agenda, once the guiding script for the day, now felt obsolete. The real story was Musk, and everyone knew it. His arrival was a hack. Bypassing protocol, he simply showed up as if the rules didn't apply to him. It was a demonstration of influence that didn't need an invitation, a reminder that true power often moves outside the lines. The room was full of people who moved markets, who made headlines, but Musk created them. He was the headline, the market mover, the disruptor-in-chief. Tension and excitement mingled in the air, unsettling the old order and making even the most confident leaders shift in their seats. The media section erupted. Musk is here. Those three words changed the news cycle, sending a ripple of urgency through every journalist in the room. Photographers jostled for a shot, journalists scrambled to update their stories, fingers flying across keyboards as they tried to capture the moment before it slipped away. The summit was no longer just about U.S.-Saudi investment or international partnerships. The narrative had shifted in an instant. Now it was about why the world's most unpredictable tech mogul had crashed the party, and what his presence might mean for the future of business and technology. The Gilded Hall, a symbol of established wealth and tradition, became the stage for disruption, a place where the old guard met the new wave. Musk's presence was a live wire, electrifying the event and injecting a sense of possibility and unpredictability into every conversation. The old rules no longer applied, the script had been thrown out, and everyone was improvising. The drama was just beginning, and no one in the Gilded Hall would forget the moment the future walked in unannounced. The Saudi-U.S. Investment Summit is where two economic giants meet, forging connections that could shape the future of global commerce. Here, in the heart of a bustling metropolis, leaders and visionaries from both nations gather under one roof, united by ambition and opportunity. The Saudi-United States Investment Summit is where two economic giants meet, their handshake symbolizing not just partnership, but the promise of shared prosperity. Its purpose, clear and bold, to forge billion-dollar deals and fuel Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, a transformative plan to redefine the kingdom's future. The kingdom seeks to diversify beyond oil, investing heavily in technology, tourism, and renewable energy, aiming to build a sustainable and innovative economy for generations to come. American companies, eager to expand their global footprint, pitch groundbreaking projects to one of the world's largest and most influential capital pools. The summit is a marketplace for ambition, where old energy meets new data, and where tradition collides with the cutting edge of innovation. Every handshake is strategic, every announcement carefully planned, as each move could tip the balance of international business. Into this world of protocol and precision walked Musk, a man who moves fast and breaks things, unafraid to challenge the status quo. His presence was a shock to the system, a force of unpredictability that sent ripples through the carefully orchestrated event. He represented a new kind of American enterprise, one that thrives on disruption, innovation, and bold, sometimes controversial ideas. The summit's balance had been upended as the world watched to see what new possibilities and challenges this collision of ambition would bring. To grasp the impact of Musk's arrival, you have to understand his empire. Tesla forced the auto industry to go electric, pushing into AI and energy storage. SpaceX made reusable rockets a reality, aiming for Mars and beyond. Just weeks before, SpaceX launched astronauts and expanded Starlink's reach. Musk's ambitions border on science fiction, cities on Mars, AI that understands the universe. He's also behind X, formerly Twitter, The Boring Company, and Neuralink. Each venture is audacious, high-risk, and transformative. Musk juggles rockets, cars, social media, and brain tech, operating on his own timeline. He's the ultimate disruptor, a living case study in ambition. His presence at a summit of tradition was both logical and shocking. As the shock faded, one question dominated: why is Musk here? Was he announcing a Tesla gigafactory, a SpaceX partnership? The speculation was wild. Attendees craved his unfiltered perspective on energy, AI, and the future. Musk's ventures need massive capital. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund could be the answer. The prospect of merging Musk's vision with Saudi funding was tantalizing. For young entrepreneurs, he's an icon. For financiers, a strategic asset. The room buzzed with anticipation, waiting for his next move. The stakes were enormous. One man, countless possibilities. The summit held its breath. Musk's arrival amplified the summit's core themes: energy, AI, and giga projects. Saudi Arabia debated its future in renewables and green hydrogen. Musk, as Tesla's leader, is central to this transition. AI was another focus. Saudi Arabia aims to be a global leader, investing billions. Musk's XAI and Tesla's self-driving tech made these discussions real. Giga projects like NEOM showcase the ambition to build cities of the future. Musk's companies are developing the very technologies these projects need. His presence grounded the summit's vision in reality. The underlying theme, using capital to build a bold, innovative future. With Musk in the room, the future felt closer than ever. In the days after, Musk's visit dominated headlines, overshadowing planned announcements. Was it a gesture of interest or the start of something bigger? No one knew for sure. His appearance opened direct channels to Saudi investment at the highest level. Quiet negotiations are likely underway. Tesla factories, SpaceX launches, XAI funding. For Saudi Arabia, it was a PR coup, signaling openness to global innovation. The image of Musk at the summit sent a powerful message. The kingdom is focused on the future. Whether this leads to transformative deals or remains a legendary moment, the world is watching. The next chapter is just beginning.